All right, so you've gone long here, right? Okay. Can you see this? This is, okay, so we've got divergence in here. Yep. This is how I see it, okay? You've got a 1000 period moving average, and you've gone like the length of like a typical length. So if we take that length there, right, will equal that length there. Okay, so that length will equal this length, will equal this length. Okay. So usually what the market will pull back and move in the same, kind of the same distance. Okay, so if it's already moved a long way, then for it to continue at resistance, the 500 period moving average on your 30-minute chart, plus divergence over here. This is divergence. Yep. We've already broken this low. This is your last fractal low. Yep. And we've broken it, right? And this is what they call a fair value gap, right? All of the new young kids coming through the ranks at the moment, right? Who are all bamboozled by ICT. Okay. This is just a simple.
Fair value gap is.
That you do know or don't?
I don't know.
Okay, let me bring up a chart. Bring up your trading view.
Do you want me to bring up?
Yep, bring up trading view. Okay. Can you take me to a clean chart somewhere with none of your stuff all over it? Do you have a different profile? Maybe we should make a pro here. Wait, just stop. Let me do this. Save that. Jen. And we're going to do a new one. There we go. Yes, perfect. Okay, where was that trade? Here we go. We'll just use this 5-minute chart. Here we go. Okay, this is screamingly obvious. Okay, we've come up. We've come to a double top. Okay, or you could call it, if you didn't want to take the end of the wick, you could call this divergence. So that's a reversal. Okay, do you agree?
Sorry, do you not need an indicator for divergence?
No, I don't need an indicator. Nor should you, right? Not at this stage. We need to stop relying on indicators because indicators are all lagging. That there is a double top. Do you agree with me or not?
Yes, I do. Yep.
Okay, right. This here is the push down from that. Okay,
yes.
This is not really going to give me a good example. Hang on, I'm going to redo this. Let me try and find something that looks nice, so I give a good example of it. Where was the trade that we were just referring to? Do you remember what date it was?
Thursday at about 4:40 a.m.
What date was Thursday? Can't remember.
Sorry, Thursday the
24th.
At 4:25.
24th of the 8th. Here's an example. This is a great example in here. Okay, this is a really good example. It's perfect, actually, I think. Okay, so here we've come down. There's divergence. Yep. Do you agree? That there is divergence because I can create a nice triangle out of it, can't I? That's divergence every day of the week. Yep. And we don't know it's divergence until it's actually closed up here. We don't know that it's divergence until we've created that. Okay? But if we go onto a smaller time frame, really the last point is this one in here, isn't it? Okay? So between that point there, some may even take it to the body of the candle. Whoops. Nope. This one. Hello. Some may take it to the body. I'll take it to the wick. Okay. And then we've got the next candle closes up, so there's a gap in between this and here, and that's called a fair value gap. Okay, what it will want to do is it'll want to close it, okay, and then it will do the reversal. Yep, it'll go do a reversal. Okay, so ideally, in a perfect world, okay, we've got down, divergence. Yep. Ideally, I mean, this didn't do it, but we want it to break the last fractal high.
Yes.
Yep. And then there'll be a gap between a candle here and the closed candle, like the top of the last candle and the top candle. And you'll want to close it, then to turn it around. Okay? So what
I've never heard of this gap before.
yeah,
sorry,
okay.
so
Well, I'm teaching it to you now, right? Okay. It's just a new name for something that's centuries old. It's existed forever and a day. It's just a new name for it. It's a buzzword at the moment. Okay, so for me, let's go back to what I've been teaching you. Let's just use our language. Okay, all right. We've got divergence, right? We've got a break of the last fractal high, right? And therefore, we look for a pullback to then buy, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do it in the example of what you've shown me. It was a top. So okay, so it was a double top. It broke that, and then we're looking for continuation.
All right.
Okay, so let's go back to the image. Where's the image? Here we go. Here you've got divergence in here. Yep, there's your last fractal low. We've penetrated, and that's basically a double top.
Yeah.
And what do we do at the neckline of the double top when it retraces? You sell it,
Yeah.
right? You've gone long. And we're coming out of a significant resistance level in there. Okay, so you may have picked that one wrong. Does it make sense?
Yes.
All right, so what we want to do is we want to be very careful. Whoops, where's the trading view gone again? Oh, here we go. Here it is. Trading view. So what we want to do is we want to be very careful. We want to be able, always go back to the basics, right? And if you're struggling with it, just go from last fractal high to last fractal low. Okay, that didn't break this one. It didn't break this one. It was still high highs. This may be contentious, okay, this is all in what's called inside bars. Okay, if we go to a 15-minute chart, that's an inside bar. Okay, we've got a new fractal high, fractal low, fractal high that hasn't penetrated. Now we've got penetration of the last fractal low, right? So this is now, in the new language, fair value gap, okay? And we want to close the fair value gap, and then off we go short.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
So let's go always just bring it back to the simple stuff of where is our fractals, okay? Low, so low, high, doesn't know, inside bar, okay? New high, new low, new high, new low, new high, very close, looks like divergence. This will all be diverging as well, okay? Divergence, insignificant resistance, wait for the break, trade the pullback short.
Yeah, right, got you.
Yep, sounds simple, doesn't it?
Yep.
We all get it wrong sometimes.
Yeah, no, that's thank you. That's
The key. The key is over here.
Yes.
Is you've got the resistance. So counter trend trade at only if at big resistance, which was that one. Okay, so that was actually a counter trend trade.
Okay.
Gone short. Yep. We've got to let it. When we go short, we want to let it penetrate really hard and obvious. Okay, we might have had our stop too close there.
Yes.
Okay, stop should have been. I don't like using should have, right? Because it's a bad word. Stop needed to be 618, minimum of just beyond the 618. Okay, see how we're back up in here. A lot of these massive guys, the big guys with big balls, or like what you can do is you can use a smaller contract size, right?
Yeah.
Have you see if this is correct, this SR here that you've drawn in, right?
Yeah.
You stop all the way up here,
Yeah.
right? Because this has penetrated this low in here. Okay, come back to fill. Okay, fill it. Move down. You've come in here. Your trade should be actually up in here. Trade at the 50%. Right?
Yes.
Okay, because that is a reversal because you've broken these lows in here. Okay, stop at least up in here somewhere. Yep, and then give it time, right? Because there's just a whole heap of people battling it out. But when it does start moving, that's when we can bring it into break even. Yep. All right. So let me do that one more time over here. On the Richard Jackson show. Here we go. Okay, so we've got our VWAP. Let's do a pretend VWAP curve. Here's our VWAP. Okay, there's our VWAP. Then we've got significant resistance up in here. Okay, there's our resistance that we've from maybe possibly all the way back somewhere where we can't see it. Okay, we're now coming up. It's slowing, gives a big wick. Pushes down. Hang on, let me redo that. Let me bring this up nice and close. Comes up. Come on. Comes up, down, up, pushes, comes down, penetrates, and then it's just going to come back up into here. Okay? Muck around and then push through.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, we've got to give it more time. So if we pull a fib on this leg in here, there's our fib. Okay, I'm going to go short. If I've gone short late, let's say I've gone short on the penetration, right? Okay, I'm going to put my stop at probably at the 786, if not above the number 1. Okay, so it can just filter out, so I don't get stopped prematurely. But if that is a proper, if you pick this SR properly, and we are looking like that we're moving, right? It's going to have a big run on it, right? It's going to come all the way, and I'm sure that's what's happened here too.
You should see how it's early. Look at what it did.
Yeah, look, it's just fully collapsed, right? And look here, even here, this is as a doji. I mean, that gives you so much. Should give you so much confidence. Was this one here a stop as well?
I moved it to break even. I moved it down to break even once it took off.
Yeah,
and it was just that one tail that flicked up.
Yeah, I've had a couple of issues like that recently myself, and I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you on this one. Is that, you know, both me and you, we have to give it more room. Just give it more room to do its thing, right? Because I reckon in the last couple of weeks I've been flicked out way too early on some of these trades. And I think for me, I guess for me, it's because I don't want to lose. I keep coming back to this idea where I find it really hard to lose, and it's just a personal issue that I have. if I don't have, 70% win-loss ratio, I can't handle it sometimes, right? So, but in saying that, if you give it more room, my win-loss ratio will go up to 90, I reckon.
Yeah.
And that's a 3 or 4 is to 1, so that's pretty high. Like I can pick tops and bottoms like better than anybody I know, man. But my downfall is bringing my stop in too soon, just like what you've done there. So
and then it was late, and I was tempted to re-enter, but I was going to bed, and I couldn't be at the screen.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the confidence to just go. I wasn't willing to take
because
another
you didn't
loss.
You didn't want to go to bed losing, because you didn't want to wake up the next day, feeling like shit.
No, so I just left it there and closed out and missed that. But if it had gone the other way, I would have. Yeah. I wasn't sitting at the desk, so I didn't want to just put another one on in bed and go to sleep.
Yep. Fair enough. All right, so let's add to your rules. Are you going to write this down?
Yes. Yep.
Right. When you do this, search for where. See, this is your leg in here. Here's your leg, right? Your stop needs to be 618 or above. The higher the better. Even back above the VWAP would be better. On this one here, there's your leg, 618 or above. The higher the better. If you don't want to take such big loss, you're probably using too much dollars, too much size. That could be my problem as well. Is that I'm running 25 or 50 lots. Anyway, reduce the size so that you can get used to it. Yeah? So that you believe in it. Yeah. Because we've got to become good losers, yeah? And we've got to give it noise room, right? It's going to flick around and be noisy. I wouldn't mind if you could go back with all of these trades and say to you, or pretend that you put in a stop at the 618 or just beyond the 618. See what your result is on all of these existing trades for the last 2 days. Yeah, just out of curiosity, just so you can prove it to yourself, because that'll make you more comfortable in your head.
Great.
Yep.
Yep. Fantastic.
So always be back testing and testing what would have happened if you had done certain things, right? Different conditions. And this is the worst thing about trading, right? Is that the conditions can change. Once you get used to one condition, the condition may change, and you've got to flick around and do the next condition, right? It's an absolute head fuck. And this is the thing that makes people, seriously doubt themselves and, end up not liking doing this and all those sorts of things. I'm sound very pessimistic today, don't I?
Realistic.
Maybe realistic, but I'm like a full nihilist, I reckon. Anyway, okay, that's that one. So you got something out of that. Probably looking for a bit too much.
No.
Well, it did go in your favour for a bit.
Yeah, I didn't move to break even.
Yep. So it looks like you're trading simply the break. The break. See how it's just popped through and then you've gone short?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that break of that other trend line was still valid there or not. The orange trend line I've drawn in just to the left.
You did this one. That was good.
Yeah, so that was $500, that one.
Okay, that was the winner.
I put that on, I set it up, I went to bed and left it because I was really happy with it.
Okay. So see how this one here has moved in your favour?
Yes.
quarter, third of the way, right? That's when I bring my stop up, right up.
Okay.
Yep, protect it. And that one's protected too. That was already protected, which was all right. That was a retest, so that was just wrong, right?
Yeah, okay.
But this one, yeah, bring this one right up to underneath the fractal once it's moved about quarter, third of the way up.
Okay, so if I'd given that one room, that would have worked. I wouldn't have been in the next one.
Yeah, if you're given this one, what's this one? Yeah, measure this one to 618s down here, or 786.
Yes.
Then you would have got it, yeah.
And I wouldn't have been in that one. And that's it, really. So the first one was wrong. That was a double top. But then the next, basically, 4 are just as a consequence of, not having a wide enough stop.
Correct.
And then this one, trading the wrong direction on the pullback.
Yep. Yeah, because if it is going to break this fractal low here, then we're going in the other direction, aren't we?
Mm.
Yeah. I think that's the story for today, mate. Give it more room.
Okay.
Give it more room, and then
great.
Even if you didn't give this one, even if you had room down here, right, and it moved up, and then you brought it right in, it's a tiny stop. It's a really tiny stop. Or you take the risk and leave it down here for the full win.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, that's that one.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. All right, I think that's the.
6 trades.
Yep, I think that's.
Green for the week, but it's all the losses are tiny and a decent.
Well, let's pretend that we got a 786 stop, right? You would have got that one. You would have got that one, which is pretty much the same trade.
Still be in it.
You got that one.
Yep.
You would have got that one.
Yep.
So that's 3 out of 3. So 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's 100% win rate.
Yeah.
All right. Not enough data in it, but it must give you confidence.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Let's see whether you can do it again.
Absolutely. Look, it's really helping having my doing my atomic habits with my big black box on the screen and my $sign. Like just make look, everything's in the right direction. That's a really big step forward.
Yeah. Black box. You mean green box? This one.
Green box, and I've got a $sign.
What's the $sign?
I've had a big black box on the wrong side of VWAP just so that I can't.
Okay.
Towards it.
Down here. Okay. Interesting. Yep.
I've been dragging it around the screen on the 5 minutes just as a barrier for myself, just for while I'm cementing this habit.
Yep. Okay. Cool. And what's the $sign mean?
That's on the right side. That's on the correct side of VWAP. I'm trading towards it.
Understood.
That's my make it attractive. Atomic habit number 2.
Okay. Very good. That's very good. I love that. I love it.
Yep. Habit 1 is make it obvious. So that's what my big black box is.
Yep.
Don't go towards it. And then number 2 is make it attractive. So I've got the $sign.
Okay, cool. Right, that's really good. And we got to really believe in these SR levels too.
Okay.
That's all the way from back here. Where's your... Hang on. Let's have a look. Let's go back to yours. I'll rename this one. I'll call this one RJ. Yep.
See the tab up the top on the left. It's still there.
That's still there.
Yep. So I'll clean these up now for this week.
This one might need to be a bit wider. Because I want to capture that low and that mess in there. Okay, so that's good. That's the low there, beautiful. So it's broken this. Oh no, that's your black box. So how's that wick? Everybody saw that coming from a mile off. Yeah, bang.
Yeah.
And then back up.
Yeah.
So now we've got this, what's this, 200? That's a 200, is it? I'm assuming.
Which one? This one? That is the 200, yep.
Yep. So that's coming up, so that's a sell in there. There's this low in here, oh, there's this high here, yep. It looks almost exactly like the DAX. So this looks like it's going to break up, doesn't it?
Yes.
So if that breaks up and retests, might be a continuation long, because this is pretty full on down here. Because I can't see why we can't get to 44, 45, 44 at least. Where's 44? No, we're already past 44. So let's go 44.50. Will be the next stop. No, we're already there. So that's 44.50. So that's pretty significant. So there's the 50 level. So that might be back into here. Yep. On the flip side, it'd be going up into here. Right, maybe to this MA, which is a 50. That's a 50 MA, I'm assuming. Okay.
Yep.
Right, so that 44.50 is reasonably significant, but this level here, 44.83, 84, there'll definitely be a reversal there of some sort.
Yeah, and that'll be on that 500 MA as well.
Yeah, on this 50 here, this one.
500. Yep.
Is it a 500? Is it?
Well, on a whatever chart you're on. You're
Okay,
on a 1
so
hour
I'm on
chart,
1 hour.
500 on a 1 hour. Put it on something else. See what it is.
Yep. All right, mate. So SR levels. There's an SR level there as well. So let's just see this low in here and these highs. So that's the next one, 64. Somewhere around here. So this might spike up into there and move over. There's an SR level there and there. All right, mate. This one's very big though, isn't it? This one's huge. This 89 one. That's a good one. I love it. Because look, 1, 2, that's huge. Look, it just stopped completely dead there. And then it struggled all the way through here. And just fell through it. See how this came up, fell through to break that low. And then this small retest in here was the retest of the underside of that. Yep. So I guess that's another thing. What we want to do is continually remind ourselves of this SR. Yep. Yep. Support turns resistance. The art is where to find it, right? But look, resistance, resistance, support, support, support. I mean, it happens all the time. It can't be any simpler. See, break, resistance. That's it. Happens all the time. It's happened for 20 years. Ever since I started looking at it, it's been the same. So all of these new names and fandangle blah blah bullshit, right? It's just rehashing new names to the same concepts. Yep.
Yes.
Alright, so the fair value gap is just simply just a retest of the break. That's all it is. Alright, mate. What else?
That's all I got. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
Okay. Keep going. Yeah. I mean, you've only got
levels.
3 or 4 trades in there, so it's not enough
I don't
data.
have much. But, yeah. I'm hoping to have more this week. I booked something with you on Thursday, but I don't think that I'll probably just cancel that and wait till our session next week. How's that sound?
Yep, that's cool. No worries. All good.
Okay, great. Thanks very much.
All right, mate.
Cheers.
Speak to you later.
Look forward to it. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Okay, bye.